Well, good evening my YouTube friends, it's Margaret and I'm in the grow room this evening, and what I thought I'd do is this part 2. Now these two dendrobiums in front of me are the only two that I've just had to water, because this one especially looks a little, now it's either dehydrated or it's the transport that's upset it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these two down here, and then I'll deal with the other two, and let me just show you. There's that one at the back there, there's this big one here, and we've got the other one there. So if I take them one at a time on this tray, and I'm going to put this big one down here and put it in that little container there, and let's have a look at what we've got here, and we'll turn it round and have a look. Where's the label? This one's called Dendrobium macrophyllum var macrophyllum. Let's have a look. There we go. And that's where I've had them from. Right, now there's still some packing peanuts on here. These are exactly how I left them at dinner time, and we've had our evening meal. So I can now just unpack them, in the sense of just taking the outer paper off. I think some of them have got sellotape, but let's just have a look. And then come the weekend, what I will do at the weekend is I'll check each one. Bear with me a minute, I've got some scissors somewhere. Hold on. In fact, I'll put the scissors just down there on the tray. Let's just gently, this one's got some, just got some sellotape here. You'll probably see now. There we go. Let's have a look if I can pull it off, and oh, and that's why I can't pull it off, because I need to snip through the sellotape here. So let's just snip through that sellotape, and then it should come clear. Right, you can see now it's coming clear, and let's have a look. I'll take that, appears to be a packing peanut off there, and let's have a look at this plant. It's very light. I don't think any of them have been watered before transit. Let's have a look at that. No, they're fine. Let's just have a look. Some of the shadows is just because one leaf's crossing another one, and let's have a look. This one is, she's got a new growth there. I have noticed before when they come from Curling Orchidine, they I don't know how long they keep them in this this type of medium, but the medium's never what I call to my standard. But what I won't do this time is rush to repot them straight away. I did that last year, and the roots were very pot bound, and of course dendrobiums don't like their roots to be disturbed. So come the weekend I will check them, because last year I think I had one of those crawly things with lots of legs on in one of the pots. But I'm not going to rush too much. What I might just do tomorrow is just wipe these leaves down and actually give this one some hydration, although I don't think the roots are that bad. So if I just, what I'll do with this one, because this is quite quite stable in its pot, and then at the weekend like I say, I'll tidy a lot of these pseudobulbs, and then I'll do at the weekend, I'll do another video, part 3, just to show you when I've cleaned them and taken some of these sheaths off. So we're just going to put that one up there on the windowsill. So the next one I'm going to pick up, and this is this big one, and let me just have a look. Right, this one is delicatum. Oh, let's not get those labels mixed up. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, dear me. Anyway, let's put that one up there. This one, let's take those backing peanuts out of there. She's a little bit top heavy, this one is. And never mind. Let's get rid of these backing peanuts. I've been so excited at work this afternoon. All I could think of was part 2 for these orchids. And right. Oh dear. Some of these backing peanuts, they get everywhere. Now let's have a look. This is another one that I'm just going to have to cut through. And I'll hold it with one hand, cut through with the other. Oh, she's got a broken pot, this one has. Oh, that's an excuse, isn't it, to repot it. Right, now this one is in flower. And look at that one. Absolutely lovely. When we'd had tea, I walked into the kitchen and I said to Keith, "Oh, what's that gorgeous smell?" And believe it or not, this is this plant, and it's only got these few flowers, and of course some of them have been damaged by the shock of transport. But absolutely lovely. Look at that. So let's just pick her up. She's got a band here to try and keep those canes together. She's as dry as a bone. There's another little flower there. So, and they're very dirty. That one's actually got, that's got a little bent flower spike there. So what I'm going to do with that afterwards, after I've finished filming, is I'll do that where they put I think Caroline of Jocelyn's Orchid channel, she had something like that, and she put a little tiny straw and that held together, so I may do that. I mean, at the moment, if you look at it, if I left it this way, I think it would be alright, but I might just secure her. And let's just have a look. The pot's broken here. Can you see that pot's broken completely? So if I pick her up now, she's got enormous. Let me just see if I can do it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it one-handed. And just keep hold of her. There we go. There we go. So, look at the size of those canes. Goodness gracious. And she looks as though she's got some new growths. So, and there's flowers, flower spikes on it that have shown she's a flowering size. So, let me just, let me just change hands, and then bear with me a minute. What I want to do is just actually show you. That's the oscillating fan, and that's the little, you remember, the little, I had a green one and I've got this one. So I'm going to just bob this into there, and then you'll see how tall she is. She's enormous, that one. Chuffed to bits. Right, so that's those two. Oh dear, look at that, forgot my label. So I'll put my label in there. Try and put it in there. Right, let's do the next one. Now the next one is, this is the one that's slightly dehydrated. And you remember at dinner time I said to you I was going to leave it in some water. So I'll probably get my trousers wet through now. And let's have a look. Gatton Sunray, FCC RHS. So this one is an awarded Dendrobium. And let me just see if I can cut through this little layer of sellotape here. Let me just bear with me a minute, and there we go. She's not very secure in this pot. Probably the transport's just knocked her about a bit, and it'll be just my luck now that she'll fall out. But I'll show you her roots in a minute, and she'll have to be anchored down in this other pot here. So she's got this one growth here, this flower bud, sorry, and she's got that flower bud there. Can you see that one there? And let's have a look at her. Let's see if she's got any new growths. You see, these leaves are just wanting to fall forward, and let's have a look. It could just be that there we go, you see. I knew I'd have to be careful with her. So this one, oh that look at that all down there. Oh dear, never mind. Let's take her out now. She's out, so we may as well leave her out. Let's have a look. She's been watered, and I shall just bob her back in this pot. Let me just have a look. And so whether or not the watering has just done this and it's loosened the bark that she's in, I'm not too sure. But there's nothing I can do now. She's fell out, and I shall just have to pick all this bark up in a minute. Oh dear. And put it all back in that pot. Now I've lost the label. Where's the label? Oh dear. Doesn't that just... Oh dear. Never mind. These things are sent to try us. And let's have a look. Let's see if I can pick all this up. What I don't really want to do is open this other one up while this one's... all this medium's still here. Sorry about this. I hope I don't run out of camera space. Anyway. Oh dear. Right. So what I've got now, where's my cloth? Ah, I did bring the cloth up. There we go. Right. So after that one, we've got this one. Now let's have a look what this one is, if I can get this one between my legs and find out. Oh, now look at this. This label looks as though it's permanently down there in that medium, so let's have a look. I hope this one doesn't fall out of the pot. Where's my scissors gone? Oh dear. Hold on. That'd all I'd need tonight, is 2 of them to fall out of the pot, and especially as it's the 2 that I've watered. Let's have a look. And this is, well, you can see what it is. Oops. Chrysotoxum. Let's have a look. Oh dear. Let's have a look. This one has got a that looks as though that's been at some point been burnt, so I don't know why. And this is quite a big size plant. Look at all this debris on the pseudobulbs. That'll all have to come off. Can't be doing with stuff like that on. I like my pseudobulbs nice and clean. And if I hold on to her now and see if I can just gently show you her roots. Oh, let's have a look if there's any round this way. That's it. I think she's been in that pot quite a while. But she's got, this looks like here, this looks like the newest pseudobulb because she hasn't got a terminal leaf there. And again, she's just got 1 or 2 floppy leaves, but considering they've come from Germany, and it's only taken, we were given notification on Tuesday that it had left the company and that it was on its way by transport, and yesterday we were told that it had arrived in, it had left the German, it had left Europe and had already arrived in England. And there we go. I've just got it down in that other green pot there, and that we had notification that it had arrived, that it would arrive at our address today. So it arrived before lunch. Now this is the other one, which is Dendrobium frecericksianum. That's its newest growth. It's in this, anchored in, look at this, to this little basket. And she's got 2 new growths there. And again, this one. Look at the width of that cane. Goodness gracious. And this one, bear with me, I will water, give her a spray, and there, she's got that, she's not got a terminal leaf yet. I'll give her a spray tonight just to see if those roots will get hydrated, and then I'm not going to repot this because she's anchored in there, and but I will hydrate her, check her over, take some of those old sheaths off, and she's a lovely specimen. Look at that. So she's just there on this shelf at the moment, and let's bring the biggest one. Right, so if I bring this ginormous thing here, I'm going to try, let me just see if I can get this one down here. Ah, dear. Ah, dear. She'll just have to stand in there and hopefully she won't just fall out. And right, last but not least, this ginormous thing. And let's have a look. Gracilicaule. And they've had to take this one in. It's that big. Let's see if I can. And I've had to put her in this pot here because this is the only one that's big enough to stop it falling over. Right, now bear with me because I'm changing hands. And I don't want this one to fall out of the pot. Now I can't remember which one. One of these Dendrobiums cost €26, and I've not brought my sales sheet up with me, and I think some of them cost 21 and one of them cost 23. So they were priced, I thought, coming all the way from Germany, which was a total of €15. I thought it was exceedingly good value. And there's her roots. There we go. And if I put her back in here now, there we go. And for transport purposes, what they've done, of course, is they've put an elastic band around her. Woo! Oh, look at that. This is enormous. And of course, what's happened now is, of course, because they've put this an elastic band round, some of those canes now, it's weakened them. So what I'll have to do is just gently tonight, just put not an elastic band round, of course, but I just put something round just to see if I can just prevent those canes from actually weakening anymore. There's one there. There's about 3, I believe, that a week. Just looks as though she's a prolific bloomer, because look at all these flower spikes. On every one of these canes there's been a flower spike. All over. This one's enormous. And it looks as though there's 1 or 2 old canes there. This one's an old cane. Can you see it? And there's those 2 there that are old canes. So I'm going to finish the video now, and then I'm going to tidy up this room. I'm going to get some twine to keep this one upright, stand it down there in the corner, and it's Friday tomorrow, so I'm working again tomorrow, and then I'll come back on Saturday, hopefully, and give you an update when they're all in situ somewhere, and I've checked their all their pots, all their medium, and I will have repotted it if I find it necessary. So there's that one up there, and both these. This is the oh, she's coming out. Yeah, there we go. Gracilicaule. I never know how to pronounce these. And there's that big one there. So I've had 2 big ones and 3 very, very good, decent sized ones, and this enormous. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. So I'm glad you could join me today, and thank you to my new subscribers. And I do apologise because I've not answered anybody. I had some questions yesterday posed for me, and unfortunately, because I've worked today, it was a case of just quickly come home this lunchtime, do the unboxing as a part 1, and this is part 2, and I will answer the questions over the weekend. So from me to you, take care, and I'll tidy up this mess now, and I'll come back this weekend. Bye bye now.